you've given me principles of democracy, and out of the 3 principles, name me one.
Rule of law.
Rule of law.
Free and fair elections.
Free and fair elections. That is one thing. Free and fair election. You look at most of our elections in Africa. You know, like right now, I want us not to just zero in hapa hivi nchini kwanza. Let us look at Africa kwanza. In Africa, ukiangalia, every time we have election, there's always something going on. It's either there's a party that is going to say they are not in agreement with the results that are there of the election, or there could be very fishy things going on during the election period, whereby either the votes will be rendered invalid and people will go back to the ballot and vote again, or you'll find that a government will be elected into power, and then we'll have people who will disagree with the government and topple that government. We've seen a lot of coups happening, by the way, even in democratic states here in Africa. So that one thing, we can have a little bit of worry on that. There is a concern when it comes to free and fair election. Let's come to the rule of the rule. When we're talking about the rule of law itself is actually everything that is enshrined in a constitution. We are guided by the constitution. But when we find that there is abuse of the laws of a country, then there's a little bit of a worry when it comes to that country's democracy. Number 3, you've talked about human rights. You look at some of these countries here in Africa, you realize that there is violation of human rights. We'll also look at Kenya, by the way, being a case study, whereby the simple things of you just not even starting from this regime. We're not going to talk about people. We're going to talk about our democracy and how we've moved from the days to now, whereby the dissent of the people was silenced at some point, whereby if you're out there practicing your liberty granted by the constitution, you become a threat to the regime in rule. There's a danger to that. So with all these 3 things, how many countries in Africa actually fit the threshold of democracy based on the 3 principles that we've mentioned? The rule of law, free and fair election, and also
the human rights,
high regards of human rights. These 3 things. That's why I'm saying, Sammy Mwaura.
There is another one word that is very key.
And one which is key. Give me.
That's accountability and transparency.
Accountability and transparency. Whereby you realize most of us actually have questionable characters in power who don't want to be held accountable, who are not transparent. Not just here in Kenya, let alone Kenya. Let us look at Africa as a whole. Countries which have suffered in these lines. You ask yourself, what we have, is it democracy or the kleptocracy that we are talking about, the thievocracy that we are talking about, the pathocracy that we are talking about? Because I realize that most of us, by the way, we romanticize democracy without even realizing whether we are practicing the democracy as it is, or we are just living in a bubble, thinking that we are in a democratic country. Well, at least we are not.
In short terms, we preach democracy, but we drink the
thievocracy, I'm telling you.
And democracies, and the other one was
pathocracy.
Pathocracies.